Okay, so greetings everybody. Y'all know who it is. It is your favorite dark-skinned chick in the whole wide world, Rashida Strober, the world's very first dark-skinned activist. Rashida Strober, the inventor of dark-skinned activism. And hold on one second, because I always do this every time I go live. I have to open up the actual link so that I can see the chat box. So then I start to hear myself talking, so I had to go and pause that. But anyway, y'all know who it is. It's your favorite dark-skinned chick, Rashida Strober, the world's very first dark-skinned activist, the inventor of dark-skinned activism since 1998, the woman who put dark skin on the map, the queen of dark skin, the face of dark skin. So I want to come to you guys tonight and talk to you guys. For those of you that are my new subscribers, I want to say, first of all, thank you very much. I do realize that some of you have subscribed to my channel because you have maybe heard me in an interview on another channel, or there's various ways that people have found out about the dark-skinned activist. So tonight I'm going to be speaking on why is it that I am calling myself essentially all of these titles: the dark-skinned activist, the world's first dark-skinned activist, the inventor of dark-skinned activism, your favorite dark-skinned chick, the face of dark-skinned activism, the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin. There's a reason for that. And so that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day, and I'm just kind of giving people a moment to realize that I'm here because this is another impromptu live stream. Whenever I feel the spirit hit me to do a live stream to talk about a certain subject, I do it. Some of them are planned and some of them are simply impromptu, just like this one. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this, and people have asked me questions. Like, I get a lot of questions about dark-skinned activism. What is dark-skinned activism? When did it start? You know, why do I call myself? Like, people ask me questions all the time. And so, like I said, I try to do as many videos that I can, and I try to do as many interviews as I can to explain the reason, you know, to answer these questions, to put the information out there, because it's very, very important. Because at this stage, it's one of the things that it's really about, guys. It's about legacy. Because I've been the dark-skinned activist way since 1998. I let people know a lot of you that are watching this, you know, and some of you don't. I have been doing dark-skinned activism since 1998. That is a long time. People tell me often, oh, you look so young. How could you be doing dark-skinned activism since 1998? And I tell people I would have to attribute that to my vegan diet, my high plant-based diet, which I actually advocate and talk about in my book here, How to Be the Hottest Dark-Skinned Chick on the Planet. Hope you guys can see that. And I do apologize if if I'm coming across blurry, because I'm looking at myself and it appears to me that I am blurry. I have been having some computer issues, but you know what? You got to press on. No matter what, you have to press on, because it's important for me to get the message out here and to get the information out here to the people. So, you know, I've been doing dark-skinned activism since 1998. It's nothing new for me. I'm not just doing it because we have social media. If there was no social media, I let people know this all the time. If social media decided to, for whatever reason, and I don't think this is going to happen, but if social media decided for whatever reason to go away, I would still continue the work of dark-skinned activism, because it's what I know. It's my life's work, people. It's my life's work. Dark-skinned activism is my life's work. There is no simpler way to tell you except to say, this is what I do. This is what I do. So once again, this is for people that do not clearly understand dark-skinned activism. I am so sorry, guys. I'm reading some of your comments. Hey, Philip and Antoine 50, I am so sorry that this screen, hey, Shayla, it's blurry. I don't know what's going on. I have had some major problems with my computer. So for example, right now, the computer that I'm on, I have all the lights in here. It's lit up as it's going to be because I have every light on in here because I knew I didn't want it to be dark. But there's some issues that's going on with my computer to where it's making things blurry. So I'm going to get that taken care of. But I felt compelled to come on here tonight and speak to you all about why I am the face, why and how I became the face of dark skin. So the message is what's important tonight. So bear with me, excuse the blurriness, and we're gonna speak on this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is a quick screen share. All right, guys, I'm sharing my screen. And I'm going to start with a slideshow from the beginning. There we go. Okay, so Rashida Strober is the face of dark skin. One of the main reasons for me calling myself the face of dark skin is the fact that I am the world's first dark skin activist and uplifting dark skin since 1998. That is a very long time. And I'm going to get into the history, a bit of the history tonight of why I started uplifting dark skin as the world's first dark skin activist, starting back in 1998. So Rashida Strober is the face of dark skin. As you guys can see, I have a couple of pictures here for you. I love being dark skinned, first of all. I love my skin color. I love the rich melanin, just the beauty of it. And I do the best that I can to take care of my skin because I have always been obsessed with my skin. And I've always been obsessed with my skin because I couldn't understand why other people would disparage me for being dark skinned as I was growing up. It's something that I could never fully come to terms with. And it's one of the main reasons that confusion is what led me on a quest to understand this. And that's one of the major reasons why I became the dark skin activist and subsequently the face of dark skin. Back in 1998, I always let people know when they asked me, well, how did you start doing this? What made you start doing this? Well, there was no dark skin savior, as I like to say. I was looking for someone to speak on dark skin back in 98, back in the 90s when I was a teenager. There was no one there. So I decided to be the change that I wanted to see. And that's what you have to do. You have to be the change that you want to see. You can't just sit around and wait for people to solve your problem. You know, you have to get up and solve the problem yourself. And so all of my, my childhood dark skin mental abuse is what I call it, that I went through. All of that led up to me becoming the dark skin activist and consistently and continuously speaking out on dark skin and subsequently writing books about dark skin, which I'm going to discuss a little bit later, and just doing the work of dark skin. It is my life's work, folks. Dark skin activism is my life's work. And people, they say, well, how could you be the dark skin activist since 1998? I included this picture here because that picture right there is a picture of me having some beet juice. And that's one of the things that keeps me going, a plant-based diet. Rich in fruits and vegetables, rich in, just the plants. And one of the things I like to do every single day, I'm juicing. I am an avid runner. And one of the things about beet juice is it allows me to continue to run and have energy. And so I would have to say, when people ask, and I've been asked this question so many times, guys, that I can't count. Well, how could you be the dark skin activist? How could you have invented dark skin activism in 1998? Well, because people think, they assume that I'm, you know, I'm so young. Well, this is what I've been doing. I've been on a high plant-based diet. That's what I live by. You come to my house, you're gonna see plant-based foods in here. I've actually made some videos here on my channel and also on Facebook Live showing you guys how I make some of my juices. I posted some of my recipes, and I promise that I'm gonna start doing more of that so that you guys can, you know, see what I do in action. So, you know, that I wanted to kind of put this picture up here to sort of answer that question. Okay, so continuing right along, folks. The history of dark skin activism. For those of you that don't know, you may be new to my channel. My name is Rashida Strober. I'm the inventor of dark skin activism in 1998. I am an actress, playwright of the award-winning one-woman play, which is called The Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And I'm also author of many books, including my newest release, which is Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. Since 2006, I have been touring my dynamic, engaging, powerful, and highly entertaining one-woman show called The Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, all throughout schools and, you know, bookstores, churches, theaters, everywhere, because it's all a part, understand very clearly, it's all a part of the work of dark skin activism. So real quick disclaimer, I don't have an issue with anybody referencing any of the information that I present, but please, please, please cite. As an intellectual, as an academic, I do adhere to standards, high standards of intellectual honesty. So thank you very much, the dark skin activists. So some of you may know me from the comments, the commentary that I made about Kendrick Lamar, which is actually, I want to say that the comments that I made on Kendrick Lamar, I want to be very clear. I was not trying to become famous off of making my commentary. Understand that I had been making commentaries like this well before I came on the internet. In fact, because of the commentary that I made on Kendrick Lamar, it has spurred other people to start doing the same thing. But understand, I had been doing this. I had already created this lane in 1998. Okay. Also understand, and I'm going to get into this in a little bit, that I had a internet radio show. It was actually the first internet show in the world that talked exclusively about the issues of dark-skinned females. And as such, I was engaged in the work of dark-skinned activism. Actually, how that comment came about was another thing that people don't know, a lot of people don't know about me, is I actually do counseling in regards to counseling specifically people that are dealing with dark skin issues. And I have been doing it for a long time, again, as the dark skin activist, starting this work back in 1998. This is pre-internet, or I'm sorry, pre-social media. So let's understand that clearly. So when I made this comment or commentary in regards to Kendrick Lamar, I was engaged in the work of dark-skinned activism through counseling a dark-skinned young lady who I'd actually been counseling for about a year. She came to me one day out of the blue because she knew that she could contact me at any time, which people, they know this. They can, you know, people that are my fans and supporters, they know all they got to do is email me, or, you know, some of them have my phone number. Some of them can hit me up on Facebook. I'm here. So she came to me and she said, Rashida, do you know about such and such and such? And I said, no. And she said, go Google it. And I did. And I made my commentary, and that was the end. I thought that that was the end of that, because it was what I had been doing. I had been critiquing and examining this stuff since 1998. So doing it on social media was not a new thing to me. I had already created this lane of doing that. It was nothing new. But the post actually went viral worldwide. It made me famous. Once again, I was not trying to seek fame in making this commentary. I was engaged in the work of dark-skinned activism, and a dark-skinned young lady who I was counseling, she is the person that asked me about what I thought about, you know, Kendrick Lamar and his certain situation, and I commentated on it. And that, like I said, it made me, I had no control over that. It made me world. People all over the world knew who I was. People all over the world wrote about me. The Breakfast Club, their commentary, different radio stations across the United States, people all over the world writing on blogs, gossip, let's see, media takeout. I mean, it's so many different outlets like I said, it made me world famous. That's what happened. These are the facts. So I just want people to quickly understand the history behind that. And the most important thing that I want you to take away from what I just said is that I was engaged in the work of dark skin activism that I had been doing since 1998, had already created this lane, and was simply giving my commentary and was not expecting this post to become famous. But, you know, sometimes God lets stuff happen for different reasons, you know, and this commentary pretty much brought dark skin activism to the masses. I had already brought dark skin activism to the internet in 2009, and this particular commentary just exploded and expanded it. And people came after me, pretty much trying to duplicate. But what people need to understand is that this whole commentary came from a place of authenticity. It came from a place that was organic. Like I said, I was counseling a young lady, and I will never reveal her name because I respect her. And that's pretty much how that situation happened. So the dark skin activist, I also am a lecturer in schools. I've been doing this work for a long time. Before social media, before Facebook, YouTube, I've been doing dark skin activism since 1998. And like I said, I looked for someone to speak on dark skin activism, and there was no one. The only person that was speaking about anything about dark skin was a woman named Kola. She is actually the mother of the dark skin movement. She was the only other person besides myself. So in 1998, I invented dark skin activism at St. Petersburg College with the historic speech that I gave on the Sudanese beautiful model Alek Wek. I still have this cover that I bought way back in '97. I still have it. And at that time, the same thing that we see occurring right now, where social media has presented it to us, where some people are disparaging dark skin, this was the same thing that was going on in 1998. And I decided to speak about it, and that gave birth to dark skin activism and the dark skin activists at St. Petersburg College in 1998. So I brought dark skin activism to the internet in 2009, and these are some pictures of me at my radio show that I had on Get Live Radio. It was called A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. Some of the guests that I had on the show, speaking about the first show in the world to speak about the issues exclusively of dark skin females. And of course, I've been on many different shows on the internet. I am also a graduate of the University of South Florida with a master's in political science, bachelor's in history, the author of 5 books and counting, and 3 plays exclusively on dark skin. So I am a lecturer, motivational speaker, former American government professor, actor, producer, performer, vegan. I have a show called the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Actually, it's a tour featuring my one-woman show, A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, that I wrote back in 2006. And I have been, ever since that time, I've been touring. So I came up with the Dark Skin is Beautiful campaign, which is the first campaign to advocate for the beauty equality of dark skinned women and girls. In 2012, I won the Red Carpet's Playwright Award for Actress of the Year for a character that I portrayed in A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And those are just a couple of pictures there. You know, the lecturing over the years, I have just done so much work in regards to dark skin activism. It just never stops. So I just would like to say thank you to everyone over the years that has supported the work of the dark skin activists. I thank you. I thank you. As far as the media is concerned, the mainstream media, I have been in the mainstream media so many times. So for example, in 2013, Day News 9 covered my story. As you guys can see the headline, local African-American playwright tackles skin tone prejudice. This was in 2013. So, you know, a lot of people would say I was ahead of my time with, you know, dark skin activism and, you know, garnering the press for it. You know, this is just the history of how I created dark skin activism. It's nothing new to me. I've been doing the work of dark skin activism. So this is just a couple of press and the books I've written: Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And this is the original cover for A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet, A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, and Inventing Dark Skin Activism. Okay, and that's just some information from the play. All right, so if you guys want to contact me, hold on one second. Kind of went through there a little bit too fast. Let's go back. Okay, I'm going to stop the screen sharing. If you guys want to contact me, all you have to do, darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. That is my email address. So that little bit of history that I gave you explains why, and there's more. There's a lot more, people. If the body of work is that I have created over the years is vast. But I just wanted to give people who ask me questions about why and how I became the dark skin activist and why I do what I do. I just wanted to give people an understanding of that. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to come back and we're going to continue the discussion. The face of dark skin. Okay, folks, so I'm back. The face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, your favorite dark skin chick, the world's first dark skin activist, the inventor of dark skin activism, Rashida Strober. So let me take a look at the chat box real quick. Now I'm looking at the chat box and someone says, Miss Rashida, do you respond to the chat? Yes, I do. And I'm looking here. Now I have two juxtaposing comments here. Someone said, we already know all of this about you. Another person said, and you suggested a question and answer. That's an excellent, excellent suggestion. And that's something that I'm definitely willing to do, which is what I'm doing now, in a sense. Now, someone else said, I am fairly new to your channel. Why activist? There's no reason for a defensive tone. You are gorgeous. Well, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say thank you. So this is the reason why I'm doing this, because there are people that are new to my channel. They don't know the in-depth history of why I call myself, for example, like this person doesn't understand why I call myself an activist. Well, like I said, dark skin activism is something. I was just writing my books one day. This was a couple of years back. And I have been, from the time I was a little girl, obsessed with this skin tone thing, this dark skin, because people would make fun of me because I was dark skinned. I experienced it in my family and in the larger society. So when we talk about an activist, I was trying to, like I said, in 1998, from the time I was a little girl all up until 98, I was constantly trying to figure out why is it that people have a problem with my skin tone? I don't see a problem with it. I think it's beautiful. And my father, he affirmed it. He thought that I was beautiful. So I just couldn't understand. I couldn't make the connection. So I spent a long time trying to figure this out and searching for what I call a dark skin savior. And I couldn't find anyone. I couldn't find anyone that was speaking exclusively on dark skin. That person did not exist in 1998. They didn't. So when we talk about why activists, I decided to become an activist because I began to speak. I decided I was going to speak only and exclusively on dark skin. And I am the first person in the world to do just that. Speak only and exclusively on dark skin because there's a need for it. Like I said, there was no one. You have people talking about it right now. But like I said, in 1998, there was nobody. People would not touch the subject. And I desperately wanted to hear someone speak about dark skin. They weren't there. And that, in short, is the reason why I became the dark skin activist and created dark skin activism, because my intent and my purpose was to exclusively speak on dark skin. And that is the work that I have continued to do. And as I just showed you guys a very brief history of my work, and I want to encourage you guys to get your copy of my books. And this is something that I want to talk about, my books. I have built a body of work surrounding dark skin. That's all I do. I'm the only person in the world to do that. Phone is ringing here. Also have the book, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and there's others. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm going to give you guys some history, some little facts here. I am the person in the world, the only person in the world that has written the most on dark skin, because that's what I do. So we asked the question of, why do you call yourself the dark skin activist? Or why do you call yourself the queen of dark skin? Or why do you call yourself, you know, these names? It's because I've actually put in the work and I have committed my life to dark skin. I've committed my life to dark skin. Quick commercial break. Okay, so I'm back, the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, your favorite dark skin chick, the world's first dark skin activist, the inventor of dark skin activism. Okay, so I hope that I was able to answer your question when I answered, when I just, you know, before I took that quick little break there. I hope I was able to answer your question. So really quickly, I want to get into another reason for why I am the face of dark skin, why I am the queen of dark skin. Like I said before the break, I have an extensive body of work surrounding only dark skin, So my books are reflective of that. We see Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. We also have How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet. And this is the first motivational book in the world written for dark skinned women and girls. And then we have A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. Oh, my phone keeps ringing tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. And this is actually, there's a play version. This is the book version and the play version. I actually wrote the play back in 2006 as a part of dark skin activism. So now what I want to do is I have a special treat for you guys, and I'm going to let you guys know how you can obtain my book. It's very easy to do. All you need to do is go to my website. You can go there. Let me just put the link there real quick. You guys can go to my website and purchase the book. The books are $25 each for a paperback copy that I will autograph and send out to you immediately. It'll be the best $25 that you ever spent in your life. And then you can also get the book by, well, you can get one of the books, and that would be A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. Now, if you donate to the Dark Skin is Beautiful campaign in any amount, folks, if you donate in any amount, you will get an electronic copy of my book, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. So I'm putting the links there, and you guys can go ahead and donate, and all the proceeds go towards my tour. I am on the Dark Skin Activist Tour featuring A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. So make sure you go and support that. Support, support, support. It's very important that you support this work. So Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. This is a book that has long been on my heart. And it's funny because I actually was writing these two books simultaneously. And I kind of just said, okay, it became kind of overwhelming to me at one point. So I decided to focus on this one and get this one out first because it's a motivational book, and I wanted to get it out as fast as possible to people who perhaps were looking for a dark-skinned savior like me and couldn't find one. So this is actually, once again, the first motivational book in the world ever written for dark-skinned women and girls. Okay. And then Darkism came about next. I had actually had this book sitting on the back burner for a very long time. I had started writing it, and you know how you get busy, but when you got to do something, when something is on your heart, you find the time, you make a way out of no way. And that's why I said, that's why I am the face of dark skin, because once again, I have committed my entire being to nothing but dealing with dark skin. This is what I do. This is what I eat, breathe, and sleep. Dark skin, and more dark skin, because what it's about is equality. At the end of the day, I'm all about equality. And you know, starting this, remember, this started all the way back in 1998. This is not something that I'm just hopping onto the internet doing. No, I have been the dark skin activist since 1998, and I want people to clearly understand that. So Darkism, 25 ways dark skinned people are discriminated against. This book deals with just what it says. It's very straightforward book. It deals with how dark-skinned people are discriminated against, because it's always bothered me. And again, I'm giving you guys an in-depth understanding tonight as to why I am the face of dark skin. It always bothered me from the time I was a little girl on up until even to this day. Why is it that dark-skinned people go through the things that we go through? Why do I have to, for example, one of the things I write about in this book is the customer service experience. That right there really touched my soul, because I've experienced horrific customer service so many times I can't even count. And I am a very cordial person. When I enter a room or enter a store, or when I talk to somebody, hello, how you doing? You know, like a regular normal person should do. Be respectful, show manners. That's how I am. And I just could not understand why, when I would walk into, you know, a store or wherever I would go to, why people would react or behave the way that they were behaving towards me, even though I had been a respectful person. And so these things I just sat there and started to think about these things and then my background in political science, as a student of political science, connecting the history of the darker people of the world in terms of, I did my thesis basically on the darkism occurring in Sierra Leone as it relates to the Civil War. I started to connect these things. And so again, these are reasons. I'm giving you guys in-depth reasons as to why I am the face of dark skin. I live this. It's not something for YouTube. If you meet me in person, you'll find this out. As a lot of people have. I've met some of my fans in person. Shout out to y'all. They know. I want to thank y'all for supporting me. I really do. So Darkism this is my baby. This is a book that is near and dear to my heart. And I got a message from a person yesterday. He works in corporate America. He told me he works in corporate America. I can pull up the message right now and read it to y'all. I won't disclose this person's name. If you're watching this video, I will never disclose your name. He told me that he takes this book, Darkism, with him to work every day as an inspiration, because it affirms that what he was feeling was not all in his head. He was not crazy. This was something that he was actually going through, and this book affirmed it. I am so proud of that legacy. I am so proud to be able to help this person in that way. And that, once again, it's one of the reasons why I'm your favorite dark-skinned chick, the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, the world's first dark skin activist, because it started right here in my heart. And I live it. I live it. I breathe it. I interact with my fans daily. They know they can come to me. Like I said, I've been engaged for years in the work of dark skin counseling. That's what I do. So really quickly, because I know I've talked, I'm trying to stay connected with the chat box. Well, thank you, Mr. Bloco. I hope you're learning a lot. Once again, I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and purchase the book. And all you need to do is so simple. All you want to do is go to my website. My website is, you can also go to, and it'll take you to the same place, thefaceofdarkskin.com. Thefaceofdarkskin.com. Go there and you can get this book. You can get my other books. I have an extensive body of work, again, exclusively focused on dark skin since 1998. Not just hopping onto the internet, not just for views. That's not what this is about, even though that stuff is important. But what's more important is that it comes from the heart and the soul. That's the most important thing to me. Let's see, you asked a personal question, Anton 50. Personal question, how does the man in your life feel about this? 19 years is a long time for this topic. It's almost like you're insecure. Okay, well, Anton, I'm gonna do a separate live stream specifically on me and my former very dark-skinned husband. And I'm gonna tell you guys all about that. I have my reasons for not speaking about that right now, but I will be doing a separate live stream to let everybody know, and because I'm a very honest person. Right now, all I will say is right now I am currently going through a divorce. The divorce is not finalized, but I've sacrificed a lot in this struggle of dark skin. Dark skin activism for me, I told you, it's my life. It's my life. I live what I speak about. And I believe that one should live what they speak about. I believe that one should not pretend, because if you're pretending and you're not being honest, you know, it's going to show through and it's going to get revealed. So I promise you, I can't really go into detail about that right now, because like I said, I'm going through a divorce. The divorce is not finalized, but I will be going into detail once my divorce is finalized, and I will be letting you guys know exactly what happened. There may have to be some type of series about it. What happened between the dark-skinned activist and her very dark-skinned husband. So that's actually a great question, because it's so loaded with so much emotion and so much care, and so much of the work of dark-skinned activism was tied all up in the marriage, and it's just a lot. But I will get to a point where I'm able to express that to you guys and let you guys know that. So I do appreciate that question, but I will ask you to just bear with me. Please bear with me. Thank you, Shayla. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It has not been easy. That's what I want people to know. You know, doing dark skin activism, being the dark skin activist, I've taken a lot. I've taken a lot. I mean, I just have. But it comes along. There are so many things that's going on, even right now in 2017. You know, different things occur every year. I don't know what to expect from year to year. But what I have done and what I do know is that I'm committed to dark skin activism. And that's why, once again, the live stream is called The Face of Dark Skin. The Face of Dark Skin. That is why I am the face of dark skin, your favorite dark skin chick, the world's first dark skin activist, the inventor of dark skin activism since 1998. And I'm very proud of that. In this book, you know, I was doing an interview with a brother, and he said, Rashida, do you realize that you have written the first dark skin glossary of terms? So you know, these books, they're so innovative. They really are, and I want you guys to get it and check it out. All of my books contain, hope you guys can see that, the dark skin glossary of terms in them, where I operationalize different terms so that we can understand what dark skin activism is all about. So in this book, there are so many, in Darkism, I'm looking at Darkism right now, there are so many gems from my own personal experience that I shared with you guys, because like the brother told me, he didn't feel alone anymore. He didn't feel alone in thinking that, okay, this is something that's in my head. I'm just, you know, people are treating me different because I'm dark skinned, it's in my head. No, this book is an affirmation that it's not. So I need you guys to get it. And what I'm going to do, because there's so much, man, there's 25 chapters in here. There's so much I could choose from. And I just wanted to kind of, let's see. I've got chapter 1, dark-skinned women are jealous and bitter. Chapter 7, big black bad attitude. Chapter 14, too dark for TV. Let's see. Which one am I going to read to you guys? How about, let me read the first part. This is the introduction. The inventor of dark skin activism speaks. I, Rashida Strober, invented dark skin activism. I, Rashida Strober, created the phrase dark skin activist. I, Rashida Strober, invented the term darkism, which simply means the discrimination of dark skinned people. In the wake of my dark skin activism, I have been accused of everything. Stop right there, because I want you guys to get this book and read about all the ups and downs that I have been through as the world's first dark skin activist. Read about it. I'm just gonna go to let's see. 11, chapter 11, too dark to get a master's degree. I'm a dark-skinned, nappy-headed female with a master's degree. Deal with it. This is what I feel like telling people who look at me and judge me, thinking I'm ignorant for no reason other than me being a dark-skinned Black woman. It was not easy to get myself into the master's degree program at the University of South Florida. I had a lot of opposition. I was the only Black female in the political science program for a long time. When I did run into a female that had some Black in her, she was very light-skinned and spoke of the ease at which she was able to enter the program. I would also hear the other non-dark-skinned, non-Black females speak of their ease of getting admission into the program. They often spoke of the help they received from professors, and I thought, easy, easy, easy. It was the word of the day for these non-dark-skinned and non-Black women. As for my dark-skinned self, it was a fight. As for my dark-skinned self, nothing, and I mean nothing, has ever been easy in this life. All right, I'm just reading you guys just a little bit of Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. Y'all need to get this book. Y'all need to get this book. I want to thank everybody that has purchased the book already. And I'm so happy that you are getting something out of it because I wrote it for you. I wrote this book for you. Do y'all realize that I have actually been giving this book away for free for years? And I always said I'm gonna write a book and I'm gonna give that book away for free because I want to help people. And I'm so blessed and I'm so happy, and it brings such joy to my heart, even in the times where I'm, not feeling so good and I might be going through something. I think about the work of dark skin activism and the people that are being helped from all over the world. I get messages from just the other day, I got a message from Dubai and from Australia. And I was like, wow, people all over the world, and from a brother in Africa. He had read the book and loved it. And I was just like, wow, this is what it's all about. So this book right here is still absolutely free. If you go to my website, that's why I keep giving you guys my website. If you go there, the darkskinactivist.com, of darkskin.com, the queen of darkskin.com. Seriously, these are my websites. If you go there, you can get this book, the electronic version, for absolutely free. Let me go to the chat box here. Hey, everybody that's just joining in. Hey. You know what? Oh, I would love to interview Kola Booth, because Kola Booth is the mother of the dark skin movement. She along with myself, I can truthfully say and sleep at night when I say this. She and I created this dark skin lane because in the 1990s, she was speaking about dark skin and she was taking the hits for it. And no one else was doing it. No one else. And then of course I came along and I ran into her work after I had given my first lecture on dark skin, which gave birth to dark skin activism in 1998. And I ran into Kola Booth because I kept searching. I was just so hungry for it. I wanted to know, hey, and a lot of people that follow me, I love Lauryn Hill. You know how much I love her. And I looked to Lauryn Hill even to see if she would speak exclusively about dark skin. I love her, but she didn't. She was, she was dark skinned and beautiful, and she gave her contribution. What was that? Oh, I love you so much. Lauren is saying, oh, you love me because I actually named Lauren after Lauryn Hill. So Lauren is thinking I'm talking about her, but yes, I love you. I love you. I love that little girl. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's the baby dark skin activist over there. But you are. But yes, so Kola Booth, I would love it to to interview Kola Booth. She actually honored me recently in her wonderful new comic book collection. Y'all need to check that out. Please go check her out, man. Kola Booth, she really, really, really was there, you know, and I appreciate and respect her work. I have an immense amount of respect for her work in regards to her contribution to this dark skin struggle. She is truly the mother of it. She was the first person to be speaking on this exclusively in the 1990s. And I will always say that, and I will always recognize her for that. And I will always love and honor and respect her for that. So this book right here, guys, it's free. The electronic version is, but this, if you want the paperback copy, and I was sold out, but I got some more copies. So I have some copies here. I will gladly send you a copy. All you got to do is go to the darkskinnedactivist.com. And it is the book that I wish that was written for me when I was looking for a dark skin savior in the 90s. Okay. So here's just an excerpt, a chapter. I'm going to read a little small bit. The hot dark skinned chick winning smile. All right. Smile big, dark skinned hotties. Show those pearly whites. Those beautiful teeth up against that beautiful dark skin is pure and absolute hotness. A smile on dark skin wins every time. Even if you are having a bad day, you will start to feel good just by the simple act of smiling. Wow, what a powerful, powerful tool. I am always amazed when many dark-skinned women don't tap into the power of smiling. It's so simple. Women in general will spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of their hard-earned cash on products to look good. Women get their hair done, facials, manicures, pedicures, clothes, makeup, and the list goes on. We purchase these items with a strong belief that they will make us look and feel good. Yet we don't spend enough time on the most important and cheapest beauty asset of all, smiling. Smiling is so much fun, and the best part of it, it's actually free. So put away that cash and those credit cards and put on that big smile. Consider smiling to be your best beauty accessory. When you do, you will enjoy the following benefits. One of which I named in the book is endorphins. General health studies have proven that, you know, your health improves when you smile. Stress relief and just a youthful energy. So again, if you want to read more wonderful tips for, you know, just even if you are not dark skinned, it's okay. Anyone can read this book. And people have told me that, people that are not dark skinned, they said, wow, this is a great read. You know, it's about motivation and self-improvement. And so, you know, but yet it is another reason why I'm the face of dark skin. All right. So get that book, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, my baby. Now, I play 5 different women from this book in my one-woman show. It's called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. It's the play version. And I've been on tour. I wrote this play way back in 2006, long before, like I said, I have to make sure people understand this was long before social media. It was a part of dark skin activism. And I have just been working and touring and working. In 2012, I was honored to win a very prestigious award, Actress of the Year, at the Playwrights Red Carpet Awards for a portrayal of one of the characters in this book. And, you know, I love, this is what I love to do. I love to use my God-given talent as a performer to bring these women to life. And obviously people love it because I've gotten rave reviews and I've gotten a lot of press in the mainstream media. And I just want to say thank you to the mainstream media, people that believe in this work, people that have written about me over the years. Thank you. You know, venues that have hosted the play. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. This is my baby. This is my baby. This is actually the sequel to a play that I wrote in 2006 called, and many of you guys have listened to it. If you have not, go listen to it. It's on my YouTube channel. It's called A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story. I wrote that story, that play rather, back in 2006, and I recorded the audio book version in 2008. So once again, I've been doing this work for the longest. This is, you know, before social media, before all of this, I've been engaged in the work of dark skin activism. And that's very important for people to understand. I really want people to understand that. So let's see, where do I want to start at? First, what we're going to do is quickly go and look at you guys's, y'all are so sweet. Hey, everybody. You know what? I'm working on it, Antoine 50. I am constantly working on venues. If you know of a venue, oh, thank you so much, Mr. Bialco. You're so sweet. He says, I got the book on my desk now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, everybody that's joined in. I'm working on it. I'm constantly working to bring the show to different venues. So if you know of a venue, please don't hesitate to email me at darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. I will bring the show. I will be more than happy. I will be ecstatic to bring the show to your city. And yes, Philly is on the list. I am going to touch every single place on earth with the Dark Skin Activist Tour featuring a Dark Skin Woman's Revenge. I'm going to touch every single place on earth. Mark my words. Every single place on earth is going to feel the Dark Skin Activist work, the Dark Skin Activist Tour. That is the major main goal. So if you want to help make that goal come true, that vision, all you got to do is email me at darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. And we will go ahead and set up the logistics of me bringing the Dark Skin Activist Tour to your city, to your town. I will just be more than happy. I'm always ready to go. I'm always ready to go. And you will see when you see the show, when you see the people absolutely adore the show. And I just feed off of the energy of the people, which is why I love the live performance, because it's live theater and I'm right there and I can feel the energy of the people and I can feel how it's impacting them. You know, it's one thing to talk to you guys on the internet and read the chat box, but I've done theater so much to know that that energy, it's nothing like that energy. It's nothing like being right there. And I'm the type of artist that's in your face when I'm performing. I'm bringing these characters to life. And that energy, oh my God, it is phenomenal, y'all. It is magnificent. And I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait for the next performance. And who knows, like I said, it might be in a city near you. And like I said, all you have to do is email me, darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com, and I will bring this show. It is a very simplistic show to bring. It's not something that a huge, big production. It's not that. I can come in there. I can do this play in my sleep. I love it so much, and I've been performing it for so long. I can do it in my sleep. So I can do it on the street. I can do the street theater, wherever. It doesn't matter. And again, another reason why I'm the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, your favorite dark skin chick, the world's first dark skin activist, the inventor of dark skin activism. That's right. So what I want to do right now for you guys is let's see. I want to read like an excerpt here from the book. Oh my God, people actually love this book. Oh, and actually what I have in the back of the book, discussion questions. So if you want to, use this book as for a course, I would say 10th grade and up. I perform for students in 10th grade and up. So if you want to use this book as a course, I actually have discussion questions in the back. So for example, one of the discussion questions here in regards to one of the characters, her name is Delphine Huckleback. The question is, have you ever experienced or learned about race-based trauma such as Delphine's? So after you read about her story, then for example, you could present this question to your students. Another question is, what impact, if any, do you think Delphine's dark skin experience will have on her mixed race daughter, Lillian? So that's another question. So let's see, which part can I read to you guys? I'm trying to see. Sharifa strutted down the halls of Asherton High School like a proud goddess. She made heads turn with her long, muscular chocolate legs, ripped toned biceps, flat stomach, and round, firm buttocks. Okay, y'all gotta get the book. Y'all gotta get the book. Get the book. This is a great story right here. This is a fantastic story. I'm very proud of this work. I love playing these characters. I am totally in love. Nothing excites me more than a dark skinned woman's revenge, because it epitomizes dark skin activism. And again, another reason why I'm the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, You know, as you guys can see, I have a body of work here, you know, with the books, the plays. There's more. There's, you know, plays that I haven't discussed yet, but they're here. So, you know, I want to thank you guys. I'm going to quickly go to the chat box here and see what you guys are saying. Okay, that would be great. I would love, I have a brother on here saying, still trying to get you to the UK, but I need support from my community. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Mr. Bianco, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to come. I would just, you know, I would love to come. I'm always ready. I'm always ready. I'm always ready. So guys, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen to, basically this is like a question and answer really, because I've gotten this question over and over about why I became the dark skin activist, how I became the, and also don't let me forget, I am writing, as you, a lot of you know, some of you don't know, I am actually editing, not writing, because the book is already written, but I find myself adding chapters to it because there's new developments that keep coming every day. And that's one of the reasons why this last book, which is called Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. The book again is Inventing Dark Skin Activism, the Rashida Strober story. One of the reasons why it's taken me a while to get the book out is because of the new developments. And I want to make sure I can include everything in it, but I may have to just go ahead and put the book out and then include an updated version if I have to, because it's very important that I get this work out so people understand how the dark skin lane was created, how dark skin activism was created, how I became the face of dark skin, the queen of dark skin, and the world's first dark skin activist. It's very, very important. And we're going to see this as time progresses. We will see this. So also, I'm going to be dropping some interviews that I did recently onto the channel. So I want you guys to look out for that. Some, you know, I did some great in-depth interviews, pretty much explaining the platform even more. So that's very important. So once again, if you guys would like to purchase the book, I encourage you, I compel you to go ahead and go to my website and you can get the book there. The books are $25 a piece for a paperback copy that will be autographed and sent to you immediately. Thank you so much, Raydell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. For reading the book. She says it's a great book. Thank you. And if you guys want to donate, you can donate to the Dark Skin is Beautiful campaign. I'm gonna put my there you go. I'm gonna put the website there. And if you donate in any amount, keep this in mind, any amount. If you, that's okay, because what you could do is AFRI00G, you can watch the, I'm gonna leave this live stream up so you can go back and watch whatever you missed. If you donate in any amount, guys, remember, you're gonna get an electronic copy of A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. So I want to once again thank you. And what I will do is I am reading your comments here and I am taking to heart everything that you guys said. A lot of these videos I do it based on what you guys request. So what I'm gonna do is be, of course, making more live streams and continuing to do the work of dark skin activism and paying attention to my fans. That's what I've always done. I listen to you guys because without you, what is the point of me being here? The work that I'm doing is for the people. It started out as being therapy for me because of the dark skin mental abuse. And I wrote an article and I keep telling you guys to go read that article. I wrote an article back in 2014 called Dark Skin Mental Abuse. And I detail the reasons. And I'm going to go and see if I could pull that article up right now really quickly before I end. I told you guys that sometimes when I'm on Google Hangouts or YouTube Live, my other websites don't work as fast. So it's kind of hard for me to pull up the information. But the article is called Dark Skin Mental Abuse, and I pretty much detail what I went through. And it is the basis for why I became the dark skin activist. It's the basis for why I do what I do. So get that, read that article. And I just want you guys to know that I love you guys so much. I appreciate y'all for supporting me. I have worldwide supporters from everywhere. Thank you for reading the books. Thank you for just the, you know, I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really do. So that is it for tonight. I may be coming back at you guys again tomorrow. We will see what happens with another live stream topic. And it may just be a question and answer live stream. So if you guys have questions or topics you want me to address, please email darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. And I will try to go ahead and set those live streams up and answer your question. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream tonight. The face of dark skin is Rashida Strober, and I hope you guys began to get a better understanding of why I am the face of dark skin and why I call myself the dark skin activist and why I'm the world's first dark skin activist who invented dark skin activism in 1998. And I'm signing out. I love you guys, and you have a wonderful, fantastic night. Peace.